You need an axe?
No, I'll take it, yeah. I wouldn't mind a weapon of X destruction.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Thanks. I
Yep.
celebrate Hanukkah. Wow, I can't believe you destroyed that.
You celebrate Hanukkah?
Hell. There you go. I just thought that maybe if I picked it up, it would give me a new recipe. It didn't.
No. You can't really make anything with a crafting table as an ingredient. I wish you could.
Make 12 crafting tables. Call it the Super Crafter.
Yeah. That'll probably happen one of these days. They make an overly large crafting table. I've seen some mods where they require that. And Minecraft likes throwing a lot of things from mods. And Minecraft is very different now than it was when I was a kid. Like, did you have an Xbox
No,
in like 2013 days?
I've had like PlayStation since the first one.
Oh yeah. Remember, I think it was called Title Update 11. That's around when I started. And their last release was like TU40 something.
Get over here, cow.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I killed it.
And
Sorry.
That's another thing. Cows used to sound very different when I was a kid. There's a lot of Minecraft nostalgia that I have that kids growing up in Minecraft these days will never quite exactly understand. Like, they'll hear it in older videos. They'll have mods with those old sounds.
Kids these days.
But they just won't quite have the exact same feel that I had when I was first playing Minecraft, when I first saw a creeper thing. Oh, it's some NPC in distress. Nope, it's some freaking terrorist. Good days. Good days.
Good day, son. Yeah, it is weird when you play a game long enough and like see a bunch of changes for it. Because it's like,
all these,
it's like this.
like all these dirt paths that you like make with a hoe, those didn't exist when I first started. I don't think villagers traded in Xbox. It took them like TU14 before they even made noise. Yeah.
I do remember the Minecraft one being annoying because, like, okay, so I have gameplay, right? And it's like,
yeah.
So I had heard the trophies were, at least a fair bit of the trophies were easy to get in Minecraft. Maybe not the platinum necessarily, but like a lot of the trophies. So like I sat there and like spent one day each. I got about like 30 or so trophies like for PS3, and then also did it for PS4. But like I could tell like the game had changed a lot between those two because like the build was like vastly different, like the tutorial area that they put you in.
Yeah. Was that when they shifted from the small castle to the super large kingdom?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because there's like a giant kingdom with a bunch of like you climb up a bunch of these wool blocks and stuff, and I don't know, it's like some weird.
There were all these buildings everywhere.
Yeah. And of course, the guide I was using was like for this old build, and it's just like, oh, cool, I can't like do any of this.
Those are, I think, the golden years of Minecraft. Like, we didn't have Dream. We had Sky Does Minecraft. That was the big Minecraft YouTuber, and I don't remember anything overly controversial about him, other than, like, he'd swear, and good Christian families and like that.
I mean, come on, swearing's cool. Let's be real.
I've stopped swearing, but I can appreciate.
Okay, just disconnected. I was about to die, so maybe find a bed.
Probably for the better. Another thing I love about Minecraft, you can't really do in real life. You can eat the flesh of a long dead human person.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yep.
I mean, you could do it. It's just frowned upon.
Yeah, here in the real world, people are like, Oh, gross! You nut wagging?
Yeah, gross. If you're gonna eat human meat, at least cook it.
Yeah. Although I have heard stories about like consensual cannibalism. Like, what the heck?
This is a turtle. Are there
Yep.
There's turtles in Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Somehow they can drop scutes. I haven't been playing long enough to know how they do that.
Hey, what up, turtle? Can I jump on top of him? Does he even get mad? Oh, he is. Yeah.
I stopped playing. I stopped playing Minecraft like around.
I guess he's not happy with me
2018.
jumping on. Alright, I'm at I see your base.
Minecraft show.
Yeah, I don't play this much, which is pretty obvious in the fact that like I don't know half the controls. But...
Yeah.
Oh boy, I got a fish, I guess. I don't know why he was dead. Or maybe he wasn't, I don't know.
He probably drowned or suffocated.
The fish drowned, yep. Classic. Classic
Yep.
fish maneuver. Alright, time to burn some oak logs for some more glass. Oh yeah. Oh
Nice.
hey, you did a ceiling. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Now I just gotta like do the edge, like turn that all into cobblestone. I think this room has a cooler view than that room. It's like you can see the dome here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you should be able to see the dome from here. Okay, you can see the dome, but you can also see some netherrack up there.
Oh, you actually
That's
did the other one. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Oh, and you've started to go into the next side. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't I can't believe you missed this one part of the roof.
Which part? Oh yeah.
The only part that's not cobblestone. Like, what are you doing with your life?
I ask myself that question every day. I'm a college dropout playing Minecraft
Nice.
for a podcast that's not really going anywhere. But hey, at least I'm not the worst person in the world, right?
Classic. I'm a college graduate. Sitting here playing Minecraft on a podcast that's probably not going.
Yeah, Dallas actually graduated from college, right?
Oh, did he? Yeah. That's cool. I did. And look at me.
And then I dropped out like end of freshman year.
Yeah,
And I don't have any plans to go back to the same college.
Yeah, is it just not for you? I mean, because some people it's just like the whole like classrooms thing just isn't their deal. Or was it just
Mind
like
the classrooms? It's just
you just didn't like
I had
the
some.
material or teachers or like it was?
Well, it was a religious school that required certain classes that I wasn't overly fond of.
Oh yeah, yeah, one of those.
Like don't get me wrong, I am religious. I believe in God. And at least in Utah, high schools have a seminary class that's optional for members of the church or even people who are interested in the church. And that I enjoyed that class. I genuinely enjoyed that class.
Okay.
But as soon as it became required material, like that just took all the fun out of religion. Like it no longer became spiritual; it became requirements.
Yeah, when you have to do stuff, yeah, it does get annoying. I mean, that's for sure. And then there are certain things, like even if you like a particular subject, like say a lot, certain aspects of the subject can be annoying in terms of like classes. Like like I like psychology a lot, but like statistics classes suck ass. Like there's just no way around it. But they're needed, so it's like okay, whatever, right? But it's just like. It's just one of those things. One of those things.
It's just really weird how you can enjoy something, but the second you start taking classes on it, and it becomes required material, it sucks.
Yeah. Well, because it's restricting. Because it's not just learn. It's like learn a particular thing and then like do answers in a particular way type thing, right? Like it's not.
Yeah,
It's restricting. Because because classes obviously just don't learn just to learn. They learn because like you're also going to be testing material on it and try to test your knowledge on it. But a lot of times with teachers, it's like it's not just test what you learned. It's like test what you learned in a way that like I want you to do it, which is always annoying.
yeah. I am thinking about going back to college soon, though. Just not that church college,
Yeah.
and not in person. I work a full time job. I don't really have that kind of time.
Well, so like obviously every college is different. So obviously take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But like I did all my college online. Actually, the two colleges I went to, because I went to one for community and then I went to one for like university for the last 2 years. I got two
Yeah. Do
different
you?
degrees for it, and honestly, like I did every single class I possibly could online. There was one class I had to go in like every like 2 weeks or so, just because like it was a lab class and it was required. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with online. Like it worked well with, and it depends. It's different for each person. It worked well with me because I kind of do things a little bit at my own pace, and also like it gave me the freedom of doing it like at any time I wanted to. So as long as I got it done by the end of the week, right, or like whenever the due date was,
Yeah.
it
Did
was like
you ever have any like Zoom calls or anything that you had to join in on?
calls. No, no, and that was actually one of the big worries I had initially. So you'd have to check. Like I'm sure some classes might be different, but generally speaking, especially the bigger universities, because there's people that attend from all over the world, you don't. It's not generally like a you connect at a certain time type thing. It's usually like here's a lesson plan that was prepared. Maybe there's a video with it, but like you watch it on your own time. Like whether like a lot of teachers I had actually uploaded their stuff on YouTube and like either had it unlisted or had it like in certain thing, and you'd watch the lecture. Or like here's an assortment of different YouTube videos for like and articles and stuff that are part of the lesson, and then you go over the material and then obviously the books as well. Um,
Yeah.
so no, the only thing I ever had to do Zoom for, which was I hated it with a passion, was the tests, because online tests, because obviously they don't want you to cheat, which I get that, but at the same time I really disliked, because it's like okay Zoom, it's like okay so you give them access to your camera and your microphone, it's like that makes sense, right? They want to be able to hear if someone
Yeah.
comes in, that you want to be able to see you for the duration of the test. Like that's fair, that's all good. But then it's like almost every single one of those tests, I had to give them control of my I had to give them control of like my mouse and keyboard, because like there's a certain code they had to put in that was given to them from like the or like whatever the school or whatever, right, to unlock the test, so that you didn't do it on your own time. And it's just like I that like I don't like that. Like I really really don't like the idea of like giving up like mouse and keyboard controls. It almost feels like a scam. And I mean, it didn't help
Yeah.
too that like like the company's like a it's like a tech company like that's watching you through stuff and taking control of your computer, and then it's an Indian based company, and it's like God, like, this is fitting like so many stereotypes right now, and it's like obviously I knew it was legit, cause, like if there's anything wrong with it, like the college would get sued out of the asshole for this. So like I just don't like the idea though of giving up control of my computer. Like I'd rather go in person. And some college, like the main college I went to, had that option where I could have. I found out like way later, which I wish I would have found out sooner. But,
Yeah.
so it's just you look into different stuff and you see what you got to do.
It's during the nighttime again. Yeah, I genuinely wish I could like go back to a physical campus, but with COVID coming back and
Yeah.
working a full time job, it's really not viable for me.
Oh, was it nighttime? Yeah, okay, I'll leave once I'm breaking this block here and grabbing it. All right, I'll back up. Yeah,
It's morning.
I feel you. That's kind of why, because like, okay, I have a bachelor's degree, right? And there are online things for graduate degrees like masters, but it is a lot. There's a lot less of them, and it's kind of a lot of them. It's like you still would have to go in person, but yeah, because there's a lot. It's a lot more involved for like a master's degree. So that's a huge reason. That, along with COVID, is like a huge reason why I haven't really gone back yet. Because I graduated in like 2020 at the like May or June or what the hell it was. Yeah, didn't even get to have my didn't even get to have my graduation because there was like that was back when my internet was still terrible. I'm sure you remember that because I was doing the podcast for a few months like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I wasn't able to do like the virtual like ceremony, and then they initially pushed back the main ceremony, and then eventually they're like, you know what, we're just not going to do it, so, like because of COVID. So it's like I never actually got a ceremony for my graduation.
Yeah, that sucks. There's this high school tradition back in my old high school where there was like this senior banquet. There was this all night party at this gym, this rec center, a couple blocks away from my house, and that was the thing to look forward to. And nobody in the class of 2020 got that.
Yeah. I think it suck for people like growing up for that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a coworker. I have two coworkers that they first went into high school during the COVID days, and now they're about to graduate this next summer.
Yeah, that's wild. That probably feels like what other people feel like when they're like, oh, like say older people older than me, because I don't really remember it too much, even though I would have been like probably 4 at the time or something. But like say when like like a bit of off topic, but like say 9/11, right? Because that's just another point of like it being like a big event that happened that like I don't remember at all, but like there's a lot of people obviously would be like, especially like Americans, that would be like, oh wow, I remember exactly where it was. I remember yada yada, right? It's probably weird for them to grow up in a world where it's like you don't remember what that is.